Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and we are here to make our predictions for the second leg of the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal. The first leg had everything. There were quite a lot of surprises, great, amazing performances, and a very special performance from a special player for a special club. So we are going to talk about all of that, and we're going to predict, and we're going to see who I think is going to qualify for the Champions League semi-final this year. So let's go ahead and start the first game. I think this is the easiest one. I think everybody almost expects, and has predicted this one. It is Borussia Dortmund versus Barcelona. Barcelona have a 4-0 advantage from the first leg, and they are going to come to Signal Iduna Park, and they're going to try to continue that, but Borussia Dortmund are going to try to end that deficit. I think this is going to be really hard for Borussia Dortmund. I'll be very honest, I just don't see any world, if I'm being very honest, where Borussia Dortmund can score 4 goals. Possibly they have to score 5 goals, and then they don't concede against Barcelona, because especially with the way that Barcelona have been playing, with the way Borussia Dortmund have been playing, I just don't see that one happening. I think Dortmund are going to score in this tie, and I think Barcelona are going to score in this tie as well. But I don't see Dortmund qualifying. I'll be very honest. I think the tie was done in the first leg itself. But I'm going for a 2-1 win for Barcelona and a 6-1 aggregate win for Barcelona. Moving on to the second game, it is Paris Saint-Germain versus Aston Villa. It is yet another, the game where the home team won. PSG won 3-1 against Aston Villa. I think this was a very tight game in the first leg. I think PSG, in my opinion, that third goal that has really helped PSG coming into in the second leg. Because if it would have been 2-1, I would have given Aston Villa a really great chance. I still think it is going to be a very tight game. Aston Villa have already done really good things, at Villa Park. They've already defeated Bayern Munich, and they're a really formidable team. I know they did not play up to their potential in the first leg, but they were playing against PSG at the Stade de Paris. It's a big stadium, big environment, and PSG are already, they became champions last weekend. So all, the fans were really up for it. The main goal now for PSG is to win the Champions League. So they were really up for it, and the performance was there. I think Aston Villa, in my opinion, they really did not play up to their potential, and they still were quite good enough. They scored the first goal. They went with a plan. It worked almost. But in the end, PSG with their class, with the players that they have, they somehow they got it over the line. And I said it in my review as well, that third goal really killed Aston Villa's performance, in my opinion. If the game ended 2-1, I would have said that Villa had a massive chance in that second half. I still think it is going to be a very tight game. And I think this is going to be one of those games that can really go to extra time, and that is why I'm going for a 2-0 win for Aston Villa in normal time. I think it is going to be a 3-3 extra. I don't think I may be showing a bit of a bias. But I think Aston Villa are not going to concede in the normal time. I think this game is going to go to extra time. But unfortunately for Aston Villa, I think PSG's experience of playing in this tournament long enough is going to come in handy, and they are in extra time. They are going to break the Aston Villa's heart, and they are going to nick a goal. I'm going a 2-0, 3-3 at aggregate. Aston Villa win the game 2-0 on night. It is 3-3. We go into the extra time, and PSG can score a goal, and they win it the game 4-3 on aggregate, and they qualify for the Champions League this year. And Aston Villa, after having a tremendous competition, get eliminated, in my opinion. Then it is Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich. I think this is going to be one of the best ties of the entirety of Then it is Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the night, best of games of the ties, if in my opinion. Inter already have a 2-1 advantage over Bayern Munich. I think the atmosphere in San Siro, it is going to be really incredible. The fans are going to be really up for it. It is in my opinion one of Inter's biggest game in a number of years. They are finally going to have a big Champions League night with a big a European giant opponents, and they have the advantage that they won against Bayern Munich, so the fans are going to be up for it, the players are going to be up for it. I think it is going to be an incredible atmosphere, and the way that both of them played last weekend, last week. Sorry, it was a really good game. And then if you look at over the weekend as well, Inter won their game, but they really did not play up to their potential. It looked like they really did not take the chances. They were quite reserved, but they made sure that they won the game. Bayern Munich, on the other hand, they drew the game. They did not, it was an entertaining game against Dortmund. It was a really good game of football, but they did not win the game as well. So I think Inter have a slight edge as well. The game that they played, it was not against a tough competition, if I'm being very honest with you. Bayern, on the other hand, a really tough game, and now to go away to Italy, to go away to San Siro in that atmosphere, and to cut that deficit. Bayern Munich have to score a goal to get equal, get equal with Inter Milan, and then they have to go ahead and try to get a goal. But with the score that Bayern Munich have, they would have a full confidence in themselves that they can go ahead and do it. I think it will be very, very hard for. I think it will be very, very interesting, but I don't think we are gonna have a winner in the on the night. I think this game is gonna end up in a draw, and I think Inter are gonna go through. I am going for a 1-1 draw in the night, and a 3-2 win for Inter as they go through to the next round, and Bayern Munich get eliminated in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And finally, the last game, it is my club, Arsenal versus the club whose shirt I'm wearing, Real Madrid. I mean, I am over the mood till now. From last week, I still cannot believe what we did against Arsenal at the Emirates, against Real Madrid at the Emirates. Arsenal won 3-0. It was an amazing performance. We could have easily won that game 6-0, 7-0 if not for Thibaut Courtois. I think he had an amazing game last weekend. And then and this weekend, I think with all of the stuff that is happening, with the tweets that Real Madrid are putting out, with the rituals that they are doing, the social media stuff, the interviews from the players, the managers, the fans, I mean, I will be very honest, I think Real Madrid are really rattled. They are really worried about Arsenal coming to Bernabeu, and to be very honest, embarrassing them. If you look at their performances, the performance in the La Liga last night, I mean, the game against Alaves, they were so poor. I said in my review as well, after the Alaves game, if they play like that against Arsenal, they are gonna be humiliated by Arsenal yet again. They were already humiliated last week. And I think if they continue to play like they did against Alaves, I think they are gonna get even more humiliated, if I'm being very honest with you. I get the pedigree, it is Real Madrid, and I've been saying this the entire season. If you look back at my videos, I've always said this is Champions League, this is Real Madrid's competition, this and that and all of that. I get it, but and this is Santiago Bernabeu, all of that I understand. But to come back from a 3-0 down, 3-0 lead, and then to go ahead and score, it is basically a situation same as Dortmund. I get that Dortmund can score 4 goals. That is not a problem. But the fact that you expect Barcelona not to score any goal after that, it is out of my mind. It's the same thing with Real Madrid. They can go ahead and they can score 3 goals. But the fact that people think that Arsenal are not going to be able to score any goal against Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu, that just blows my mind. How can you think that? I don't think. And to be very honest with you, I don't think Real Madrid are going to score 3 goals. Like, no team has scored more than 2 goals against Arsenal for about 2.5 years. So make of that what you will. I just don't see that happening. Real Madrid might win on the night, but I don't think they are gonna go through. I'll be very honest. I'll be very surprised if we bottle a 3-0 lead. And I just don't see it happening. I think Real Madrid are under huge pressure. Everybody keeps on saying this, and I will say this as well. If there is one club in the Champions League who can make a comeback from this, it's Real Madrid. So all of that pressure, all of that noise, and all of that expectations from the fans, I think that is going to play a big part, and it is going to help, in my opinion. It's not going to help Real Madrid. I think it is going to help Arsenal, and I think Arsenal are going to get the job done on the night as well in the leg, and they are going to qualify for the semi-final. I'm going for a 2-2 draw at the Bernabeu, and I'm going for a 5-2 overall win for Arsenal, and they go through into the semi-finals of the Champions League, and the champions and the holders Real Madrid get out in the quarterfinals. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of my predictions in the comment section below. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.